Welcome to another LEGO Bootleg knockoff review from X0256. Here we have 3 sets of Iron Man. These were released before Xinh released their book of Iron Man. So for the most part, I do recommend that book of Iron Man just to complete all of the different marks that appeared in the movies. However, there are a lot of unique parts here. So I'll just say this, all of the Book of Iron Man stuff from Xinh have side body printing, side leg printing, like they're printed all the way around, aside from the Tony Stark figures and the Iron Legion figures, all of them have that. But what we have here is also pretty good. From just before we take a closer look, we have more unique pieces, bulkier armor bits on these Iron Man. So I'm going to be taking a look at some of these and maybe keeping some of them as extras to compare them and to, you know, just have a bit of variation compared to the Xinh book stuff. But anyway, on the left hand side, 8 figures there is set number X0246, containing figures 1165 to 1172. That's Mark 6, 42, 22, 40, 41, 36, 38 and 37. In the middle, 8 figures is set number X0254, containing figures 1228 to 1235, containing Mark 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 28. On the one hand side, it's X0253, containing figures X1220 to 1227, that's marks 24, 25, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34 and 35. In terms of accessories, all of these figures have that minifigure base underneath them, as well as different colors of these punchy things. Let's see how well these one work, one from each set. Oh, well, maybe not. Well, that was even worse. So, aside from those accessories, a few of these have extra bits. For example, we have this red arm thing that's printed and looks quite decent. Red arm gear mechanic thing that's not present on the Xinh stuff. For this one here, we have these arm clips to make him look more mechanical on top of this, you know, actual armor piece. This grey one also has that. This one has these 2 mechanical arm attachments. Oh, one of these orange suits also has a few of these arm attachments. Alright, oddly enough, some of these use the non-openable new molds from LEGO, like this one here, this one, and this one here. You can't flip the mask up, so that's annoying. But all of these figures underneath do not have a Tony Stark face. All of them are transparent heads, so yeah, there you go. See, nothing underneath all of them. And when you notice that falling off, in terms of all 3 of these sets, a few of them have masks that can fall off really easily, and so that's just annoying. See, look, transparent head, and get that off, transparent head. So let's just take a bit of the armor off so you can see the torso underneath and see that they're all detailed and printed. And in some ways, because, you know, some of the molded stuff, for example in this armor pack, they don't need to print the details. In some ways, the minifigure itself looks a lot more detailed than this bulky armor. Kind of on the back here, you got this extra pieces attached there, just like I think one of the official LEGO sets for the green one does have something like this on the back. And kind of on the back of the blue one, you see there is printed detail there, and there's also printed detail on the back of the green one as well. Moving on to the side, you can see we've got side arm printing on this figure, and we also have side arm and leg printing for this one. So these do come really close to the Xinh release, where they just have to put, you know, side everything. For example, this one also has side torso bit. Just some basic lining there, nothing too special, but you know, it is there, so that's extra effort, I guess. And this one especially, side all the way around. Side arm printing for this one. Side arm on this one, and finally also side arm on this one. If you look at the back here, all of them have different printed designs, so they're not copied from each other, and that's pretty awesome. I'm going to say that this orange is way brighter than that, so that's a defect, molding defect, I believe. Not that noticeable from the front, probably because of the print stuff on it and the extra bulky armor. From the back, it's very noticeable. This one here, I've noticed with a lot of figures from previously, if they try to do this flame, it doesn't quite line up. Here it still doesn't quite line up as well, but it's faring a bit better than some of the previous ones I've seen. And this one is just tacky looking, like I've seen in other sets as well. It's not XINH, it's just the particular design. Everyone who's tried to produce it just looks a little bit off. I think the colors just look bad. I always call them the Mark McDonald's because the colors just remind me of that. The other ones are printed quite nicely. These figures, all of them also just have a transparent minifigure head underneath. And in terms of molding defect, look at that. Not only is the head like wonky, like it got bashed on the side, some of the chest is actually like concave. Looks a bit weird. And molding defects continue with all of these other, for example, these face masks. This one can come off very easily. It's actually already off. It just doesn't quite want to push in. The molding on these just aren't that good, and just in terms of the plastic itself, this set has already completely lost against the Book of Iron Man from Xinh. And by the way, none of these figures have any side torso or side leg prints, so again, that even more. In terms of the front of the suits themselves, the print is okay for the most part, but it's not best XINH stuff. I think this is a bunch of stuff that they might have rushed out some time ago, just trying to get as many marks as possible. Maybe they knew Xinh was going to make their Book of Iron Man, who knows. But all of the gold printing and the black lining that goes on top of the gold printing is a little bit smudgy and uneven. Moving over to the side, they do have side arm printing. Got the clutch here is so loose, that's irritating. So moving these to the side arm printing suffers the same problems as the front, where the metallic coloring does mess up the print just a little bit. From distance they look fine, but as soon as you close up and look closer to them, yep, they're gonna look a little bit weird. And the back is pretty simple compared to the set we just saw. And then you see that that design is just a copy of that one. And let's see, I think that one is similar to another one I saw previously. I don't know, just that uninspiring, especially this one is messed up. But even if it wasn't messed up, the whole print design isn't that good either. In this video today, and these are huge improvement to the middle one. The middle one, in terms of XINH, is kind of garbage when compared to these other ones. The lining and printing is much better on these. Even on the metallic areas, you get a lot more like armored extra pieces, so as these extra accessories. However, this one still has the problem where some of the face mask molding is pretty poor. And if I just lift this up, that's not happening. It was falling off a moment ago. Oh, for God's sake. This, don't know why it's not falling off now, but oh, there we go. It's this piece here on the back, it's just kind of loose. I don't know why it wasn't falling off like this time. Look, I'm just going to squeeze it on there, and then yeah, see, look, it's loose. I wasn't like, you know, faking it or anything. So these pieces just same printed design. I'm just going to take these off now, and yeah, here we go. All of these minifigures also just have a transparent minifigure head underneath the helmet. Look in the back, we see some of these armor packs do also have printed designs as well. And of course that loose piece that I mentioned. Look, boop, boop, boop. Oh, it's not coming off now. There we go. Taking the armor off, you can see we have pretty decent Volley prints as well underneath there. My favorite one so far from this set is, of course, this one, because the green is just nice. It makes it different from the rest of them. And this is also one of those sets that doesn't have, isn't completely dominated by gold and red, so that's pretty cool. Moving to some out, you see we've got some side arm printing there. And here's a quick look at the back with pretty decent detailing. Arm printing, different arm printing on the other side, and more pretty simple printing for this one. Arm print. Back print, gold detailing there is pretty good. Arm print is pretty decent here. Back print, this figure has really loose legs as well, so that's two of them so far. Arm print is pretty nice. Back print, design is pretty regular. Arm print, side print. Arm print, side print again. Look how loose these legs are. It's frustrating. Get down there. And side print. Now, this one's also been produced by Official Lego, and a lot of other bootleg brands have copied that as well. Just recognize it from the print patterns there. Bit of a mixed bag there. All of these figures, all three sets, seem to have a bit of some molding issues. Some of them have loose legs. All of them seem to have some issue with the mask where they're very easy to fall off. And I guess since there's no minifigure head underneath there, that's fine because you're never going to open the mask. But if you want to swap this onto another figure with a Tony Stark head, it's going to get quite frustrating. You guys also have this one that's completely wonky, don't know what happened there. And in terms of print details, the second wave is just a little bit iffy, not that great. But the rest of them, the printing isn't exactly top notch from XINH. For the most part, they're okay, but we're just expecting better from XINH, and if these sets were rushed, then it clearly shows. Still, in terms of collection of Iron Man figures here, before the Book of Iron Man came out, this was still a pretty good way just to fill in the blanks, get any figures we've missed out on, and it's also a good way to pick up any Iron Man figures that aren't just, you know, red and gold, a bit boring. Got some other colors here. I mean, look at it, we've got like a bright orange, green, blacks, blues, grays, and gold. It's and yeah, it's a nice collection. It's just a shame that these are not exactly top-notch figures from Xi and H. Overall, after messing around with these figures, taking a look at them, I would recommend getting the Xinh Book of Iron Man if you don't already have almost a full set Iron Man. Even if you do, I still recommend just getting the Book of Iron Man from Xinh because that's very nicely produced. The figures are printed 360 degrees all around the bodies. And maybe if you want to pick up some of the accessories from this set, for example some of these armor pieces, you can still consider this set and then attach them onto the Xinh minifigures just to bulk them up and give them more variation. But otherwise, if you're not too bothered and you're quite happy with just sort of minifigures, then just stick with the Book of Iron Man and ignore this set. And most other sets actually. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below. Take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.